Hi, my name is Rex Ogle, and I am the author of Road Home. I grew up in Texas in the 80s and 90s and struggled to come out because it just wasn't a safe space for LGBTQ people back then. Um, my sister outed me to my dad, and he approached me at a barbecue and essentially gave me a choice. He said, if you want to be part of this family, you will be straight, you'll go to church, you'll see a therapist. He had all these rules and regulations. If I wanted to be gay, then I would no longer be part of the family and I would be cast out. And I had to make a choice. And I am queer, so I was like, this is me. And my dad's like, get out. And I spent the next 3 months dealing with life on the street, dealing with homelessness, hunger, not just for family or for friends or for food, but for love and affection and even just a smile from people passing me by on the street. When my dad kicked me out, I had happened to have gone to Pensacola a few weeks prior and met an older guy who was gay and gave me his phone number. So when I went to New Orleans, I called him. He was definitely a huge crush, and then he was like, "You can stay with me for a little while." And power dynamic was very different between us. I had no money, nowhere to go. Um, so when things started getting a little shifty, I just hung in there, and it resulted in me being sexually assaulted. Um, and so the next day I just left. And then for the remainder of my time in New Orleans, I was sleeping on cardboard boxes or sleeping on park benches or sleeping behind alleys. And it was just almost moving like a zombie through life, looking for water, looking for food, looking for somewhere to sleep. Um, I think there was just on some level, I kept telling myself, I will get out of this. I will get out of this. I will get out of this until I stopped telling myself that. And then I went into a very dark place. I always had this one person in my life, my abuela, and she was always there for me. She was always very religious. But after 3 months and change on the street, and I reached a point where I wanted to end my life. I didn't see the point of going forward. And I talked myself off a bridge and I called her the next morning after the sun came up. And she was like, come home. And invited me back into her house, and she helped me put my life back together afterwards. When you're on the street, you become invisible to 90 to 95% of people. Their eyes avert away from you. They do not want to see you. They do not want to see poverty, uh, or people who look helpless or maybe even a little feral. Um, and it's easier just to turn away. And so for me, like one of the things I took away is always acknowledge every person around you. If it's with a smile, if it's with a nod, if they ask for money, you can say something as simple as like, "I'm sorry, I don't have any." Just acknowledging them a- as a living creature who is 5 feet away from you. Um, that's really important. And even looking back now, I think my dad was trying to do what he thought was the best thing for me because he wanted me, in his words, he wanted me to be straight so that I could avoid a life of disease and dying alone. So for him, he was trying to do something good. The advice I give to youth now is come out when you're ready, when you have a safe place, when you have a community, when you have friends or family that you can rely on, because doing it on your own is very, very, very scary and it can land you in a very bad place. There are resources available out there now. There are resources that did not exist when I was around, or if they did, I did not know about it. I would say reach out. Do not hesitate if you are scared, if you are in danger, if you just feel alone or feel like your life isn't worth it anymore. Reach out to someone because there are people out there who can help you. The Trevor Project. They are an amazing organization, especially for queer youth, because they have not only 1-800 numbers where you can talk to people, um, but they have resources. They can find like the closest shelter for you to go to. And of course, they have people when you're having suicide ideation that will talk to you and help you through and find the next steps to get to a better place in your life. There are a lot of bad things that happen to good people, and there's always a way to overcome it, and sometimes you just have to hold on, because you will come out of it.